Hi there, happy Wednesday. So, this week's topic is going to be on self reliance. Yes, so that is depending on you being the problem solver for all of your stuff. First, checking in with you before you start making phone calls, trying to see who else can possibly rescue you. Right? So that's pretty much the definition of self reliance. It's your ability to depend on your own judgment, your own abilities, your inner resources, and meet your own needs first. Sometimes you need help, but try to do it on your own first. So it's essentially you making decisions to navigate your own life rather than relying on others for guidance, approval, and support. First, you may eventually need that, but try it on your own first. So I feel there are three components that are really important with being self-reliant, and that's one, self-trust. We discussed that last week. That's the foundation of it, because even if you think that I'm not sure if I have this, even if you're uncertain, you trust that, you know what, if I show up, I can figure this out, right? So you trust your ability and your instincts to figure those things out without freezing under pressure. Instead, you're taking action on your own behalf because you know, hey, who's going to be the better person to solve a problem for me than me, right? And then it's two, personal responsibility. So that's when you stop waiting for someone else to rescue you and you start creating solutions for yourself, right? So that mindset builds maturity, it builds freedom and also consistency. So those are all cornerstones of being self reliant. And then lastly, I love this one, being resourceful. This is where self trust and responsibility meet. So they show up in action, and it's the ability to adapt, problem solve with what you already have. So you're just not waiting for ideal circumstances or a bunch of other stuff that you don't have to solve a problem. You work with what you have, right? So resourcefulness turns obstacles into opportunities, right? It teaches you to make the most of your current tools, your time, as well as your energy. This is actually something that you can put on a resume. So let's say you're looking for a job. If you're a good problem solver, because a lot of people aren't. So if you have the ability to say, hey, this is the problem, right? Okay, you know the problem, and you can come up with solutions that are not illegal, immoral, unethical. And they're different things. Maybe these are some options that you've never thought of, but you're trying to find a way to solve a problem that's going to solve the need in a positive manner and then also make you look good, the situation look good. So being resourceful, that's great, to just say, hey, how can I dig in and do this myself? Sometimes you may need, help to do some things, but try to do it yourself first. So here's an example of where self-reliance can come into action. Let's say you have a mystery cell phone bill or like mystery charges on an apartment lease. Normally, when we see that, our knee jerk reaction is to get upset. Wait a minute, they're overcharging me. I didn't approve this. Why is this happening? So before you get upset, get your contract. And that's another thing. Try to be organized with details that you have. Even if you have emails related to bills, things that are dealing with either your mortgage, your apartment, whatever. Try to keep things like that organized. That way, when things like this come up, you know exactly where to go to look. Maybe someone sent you an email or they sent you a notification saying, hey, in this amount of months, this is going to increase to this, or whatever the situation may be. So get your contract first, get all your details, gather your data first. Do comparisons, try to figure it out and see, hey, are they really legit with putting this charge on here? Or if you're like, you know what, I've gone through all of my stuff. I looked it over, calmly, just to go ahead and give the person, or the organization the benefit of the doubt. I didn't find anything. Make sure you reach out to them in a calm, composed manner to say, hey, I have these charges. I went through, documentation. I didn't, receive any updates or alerts. This was not in my contract, etc. And then if they discover like, okay, hey, yeah, we don't have that on our end, say, hey, well, this wasn't agreed upon. ask for removal or whatever. But the thing is, by you being able to sit there and just not have a knee-jerk reaction to call such and such and say, hey, you know what? I just never can get ahead. My apartment charged me $50 charge and I don't know what it's for. Start researching yourself, right? Stay composed, advocate for yourself, and then all of those will put that self-reliance into place to go ahead and get to a solution to the problem. So normally most issues, that's all they require. They require our own effort, our great communication skills, our confidence to go ahead and navigate through those issues rather than depending on someone else to save the day for us. So like I said, we all need people at some point in time, but try doing stuff yourself first. It's such a rewarding feeling because even if you have something going on, think about if you constantly go to someone else first, and let's say you have a problem and no one's available at the time. Practice being your own self-reliant person. That way you're like, hey, you know what? There's a problem, but I got this. So anyway, this has been this week's video on being self-reliant. I hope this has spoken to someone. I'm thinking that probably a lot of my consistent people that are here at the channel, they probably are going to be self-reliant people. But if you're not, those are some resources or some concepts that you can, focus on. Self-trust, also personal responsibility, and being resourceful. So anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday, a great rest of your week. And then I will do the 2-minute tune-up and also the gratitude giveaway on Friday together. It'll be like a combo video, plus the 2-minute tune-ups are always short anyway. I'll list everything, the winners, and then I had also some acknowledgments for people that I didn't get to because of just life being chaotic and so forth. So I'll announce all of that on Friday. But otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, a great rest of your week. If you're new to the channel, thanks for tuning in. If you like topics related to self-care, self-love, shifting your mindset to be the best version of you, please subscribe to the channel. After discussing all the self-care related topics, which is coming up very soon, we will discuss relationship scenarios on how to apply those topics into real life scenarios. Otherwise, take care and be well.